Tommy, I don't know who to blame for my lack of fashion common sense my whole life, but man, it's been a problem for as long as I can remember.
It's been a problem from as long as I've been able to look at you, yes.
Oh, listen to you, Mr. Fashionista, Mr. Cutting Edge over there.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we got you out of the carpenter jeans. That was a problem.
Oh my God! Every date I've been on since I've escaped from the carpenter jeans, if they listen to the podcast, they always told me, thank Tommy for me, because if you were wearing those carpenter jeans.
I have to believe that's true.
Oh, it's very true. That's not a false statement. I can't tell you how many women said that. If they listen to the podcast, they said, I'm so glad you didn't show up wearing carpenter jeans. Thank Tommy for me. So
your leather. I think you got rid of your leather Michigan Wolverines jacket too.
Oh, you can never get rid of the maize and blue, Tommy. Come on now.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad jacket, but paired with the carpenter jeans, you looked like an extra in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That's what I was going for. I was trying to score with Phoebe Cates, for crying out loud. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of have a problem with coats now and like representing some corporation on my coat.
Right?
Like I'll still wear a graphic tee, but usually like not out in public or 7-Eleven. That's the extent of it.
You don't want to give away too much of your personal life anymore.
I don't want anyone to know who I root for, you know?
That's right. You get something thrown at the back of your head.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough grief and strife in the world. I don't need to add to it with my sports allegiances, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I got a black pea coat that I wear, and
I don't like when you call it a pea coat. Like
what should I call it?
I don't know. What exactly is a pea coat? What's your definition of a pea coat?
I don't know. It's just a longer feltish, I guess. I don't know what kind of material that is. Is it polyester? Not polyester.
Feltish.
Yeah, it's like a little longer black coat. Remember I used to have the Boondock Saints coat?
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a pea coat, right? That was a perfect coat. I left it at the machine shop and somebody took it, but I left it there. So I guess it was kind of my fault. I called the next day and it wasn't there.
Oh man, somebody's copping your style.
Yes. So that was a bummer, but yeah, I guess my new coat isn't really that long. But it's cool. I like it. It's got, I don't know. It's hard to describe, buttons.
Oh, yeah, buttons. My God, with the buttons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A black coat with buttons, right? Yeah, and it's the fiber material,
Yeah. I mean, coats are a real hard thing to deal with in this life. It causes me so much stress with these coats because, like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to wear? I mean,
yeah.
If you're a certain age, your dad hands you a Carhartt. If you're a Michigan boy, he gifts you a Carhartt and says, "Now you're a man."
I got one of those. Yes, sir.
See, your dad went out into the wild and skinned a Carhartt and gave it to you.
I do gotta say I wear my denim, my black denim jacket.
Yeah.
But I wear it on stage a lot for just like out of necessity because I need more pockets.
Okay. Well, I thought it was kind of your costume though.
Yeah, but then I got away from it a little bit. But then I realized I needed stuff to, especially nowadays. I got to have somewhere to put my sanitizer, and it fits just so ever so perfectly in the inside coat pocket.
I'd like to be a denim warrior, but I have no idea how I would be able to pull that off.
Yeah, you just get one.
Yeah, that's the problem with me. I can't pull off anything. Me and Pookie, my girlfriend, whom I adore, we're talking, and we've decided I should just wear loud, flamboyant button-up tees, floral, pineapples on them. Fuck it, who cares?
Like Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, constantly. That needs to be my gimmick. I always thought when I was, I always thought
that would work.
Yeah, I always thought when I was like 45 years old, I would be that dude that was at the bar at 4 p.m. wearing his loud Hawaiian shirt and buying
Hell yeah.
everybody shots and just laughing at himself. I always thought that'd be
Yeah.
me, you know?
You got 6 more years.
I do have 6 more years. This is true.
Yep.
Life
to make the
goals.
full transformation.
Yes. Let's make this happen. Hashtag Operation Day Drinker.
Oh man, it's so funny. It's like people always talk about how great day drinking is, and it's like, then why do people want, now that we have a bill right now that make the fucking bars stay open till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like that's the opposite of day drinking.
Oof. Day drinking has always been the worst.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it's fun when you're doing it, but then like when dinner time comes around, you don't know what to do, right?
No, you don't know how to act. I never knew if I had a drink in the daytime or several or even a couple. I never knew how to act afterwards. I'm like, it's daylight. I don't know what to do. Usually I just go to bed. I don't know how to function. What is this life?
Then you eat. You got to eat dinner, and then you're just gonna be fucking tired. You know, at 6 o'clock. Because you're half drunk or drunk, and then you sit down and eat a fucking meal.
Yeah, that's awful.
I don't know. I think if you're a day drink, you start at like 3 o'clock maybe, and then you just don't stop until like dark.
I'm ready to go to bed these days at 3 o'clock, so I don't know how I'm going to start at 3.
I hear that.
Start at 3, passed out in the ditch at 3:30.
I've been back on the sauce a little bit.
Yo, on the sauce. You got a little bit of that devil's breath down your throat, have you?
Yeah, not too bad. I wouldn't say I stayed up. Well, I'm still tired because Friday night at a show in Nashville, Indiana at the beautiful Story Inn. Everybody should go online and look up Story Inn. It's amazing. It's this fake little town.
It's this what little town?
It's fake. It's in the middle of southern Indiana hill country, so it's just a bunch of hills. And the road that you have to take to get there, you pray to God that there isn't a car coming the other way. But then when there is a car coming the other way, you eventually say, oh, yeah, we did fit, barely. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but awesome at the same time because you're going up like around these windy, like you're like, how is there not a guardrail right there? Like if I go over like another 6 inches, I'm flopping in my car to my death.
Did you say it was a fake little town?
Yes. Okay. So what it was a real town. It is. Yeah. Okay. So it was a real town. Like it was established by Mr. George Story in 1851.
Oh, you know the whole history.
I stayed in his house.
Oh my God.
The south of town, way up on the hill. There's this pink house, and that was his house, and that's where I stayed. And very awesome, very old, probably very haunted.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you summon the spirit of Mr. Story and get this history lesson?
No.
Oh.
But I'll get to why that didn't happen.
Oh, jeez. It was a thought, though. Nice.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, so now what it is there's a few houses. You know, there's a tavern, a restaurant, and then there's like some buildings. There's the Old Mill building, and that's where we did the comedy show. It was inside the Old Mill building. And sold out, which is great. Small, I think we had like 40 people or something, but it was perfect because of the size of the room and the amount of people in there was great. And there's like a tavern, a restaurant, yeah, and then a couple other buildings. And they were at one point used in the town in the 1800s, but now they're not used anymore. And I don't know, there's like maybe 10 bed and breakfasts there, but they're all it looks like the town where To Kill a Mockingbird would be based out of, right?
Oh man, do you see a Boo Radley in the trees somewhere?
No, I was looking though, and that's funny because I said that to the booker, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's Boo's house right over there." And we laughed, and I said, "How many comedians has made that reference?" And he's like, "As far as I know, you're the only one." I was like, "Oh great."
Oh man, a true original. That's our Tommy Thompson.
That's right. But yeah, every house in the town, which isn't very big. I mean, it's like you can walk through the town in under a minute, 2 minutes. It'd probably take you 2 or 3 minutes to walk from in town, and maybe 2 minutes. So there's like 6 houses, and they're all bed and breakfasts, right? So nobody actually lives there, but it looks like they live there. It's very cool. It's very cool. It's set up very old fashioned, and everything was awesome. But yeah, so free drinks for the comedians.
Step back, world. Tommy's back. Here's Tommy.
I held off most of the night, and then the feature and his girlfriend stayed in the house with me. I found 2 guys to hang out with. They were awesome. Their wives they all came to the comedy show, and their father-in-law rented the house for them for the weekend or whatever. Maybe it was for the night. I don't know. But the wives and the father-in-law and the mother-in-law and all that, they went to bed, and these guys were like, we want to party. So we stayed up till like 4:30, I think, and just drank. Yeah, it was fun. One of them was from Croatia. His name was Boris.
Boris from Croatia.
Yeah, Boris and Taylor. They were cool. Taylor's a doctor. Boris is like some bigwig in digital marketing. So
hey, why don't you hook us up there?
Yeah, Boris.
Yeah, Boris. Why don't you give us a leg up on the competition in the digital marketing scheme, bro?
Yeah, they were cool. So what we did was I didn't want to spend a lot of time indoors because I'm still a little, even though I'm fully vaxxed, I'm still like, eh. And they were kind of the same. They were fully vaxxed too. So we hung out outside. They had like these lamp posts that double as heaters. I think you've probably seen those.
Oh, yeah. Those are great.
Yep. So we hung out. Us three just hung out underneath one of those until the bar closed. And then I said, hey, I got a 24-pack of Yingling in my truck at the house up on the hill. So we walked down there, and I don't know. Yeah, I think they left at like 4:30 or something.
Man. Got a 24-pack of Yingling on the house upon the hill. That's a Springsteen song.
Right. Time to kill. The house up on the hill. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
Drinking the night away. Drinking the night away. Telling stories, having fun. Drinking Yingling today.
Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That's a Springsteen song for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you guys are listening, all 12 of you or whatever. No, I don't know. I don't want to make fun of the podcast. That's not good for marketing.
No, Boris will tell you that's not good for business. Why would you belittle all the people?
That's right. No, I'm happy that they're listening. But
Boris, help us with our organic reach. Give us an organic reach around. We need so much help. Teach us our wisdoms. Yeah, but look up, Google the story in. It's amazing. If you're in with like a 17-hour drive, you should check it out. It's worth it. Yeah, so I guess I'm back to drinking a little bit, but I think I might go back. I might go back to not. I liked the not very much. Oh, I didn't. You were constantly thinking about things, and that's not good for business.
I'm constantly thinking about things no matter what. I'm just, that doesn't stop. I'm a deep thinker, Randall.
Yeah, that's what you are. You're that statue.
Yeah, the thinker.
Yeah.
Got my hand constantly have my hand on my chin, huh?
Yeah, you do. You're really pondering the mysteries of this universe.
Yeah, those Rob Thomas pensive eyes.
Yeah, like, what is the meaning of this life? Like, how did we get to this place? Like,
I do that a lot.
See, I knew it. Like,
I just don't have like real smart answers for them.
Right. Yeah.
But those are the questions that do come up.
Yeah. Like, how did the universe come to be? Like, how did D-Boy drop that beat? Put it in.
We're drinking summer shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here, though. We never been this out here. So strange when it's changing the speed. What you know about Leonard Skinner? darker the intro, the hotter the verse every time, baby. Well, I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud 9 in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready, though. Don't push me, cuz until the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something. Or live to be 9 and then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind. And I'ma play their part, and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how. Wow.
Welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're coming to you from the Pod Shack outside beautiful Bay City, Michigan. My name is Randy, and with me is my comrade in arms. His name is Tommy. Say hello to all the wonderful people, sir.
Hello, wonderful people.
Oh, wonderful people. You are the best because you are listening to the best big dumb comedy show on this here worldwide web. Do people say that anymore? The WWW, do they?
You don't have to. I always know when people are over 30, like, because if they give you a website and they say www dot, because that's not necessary anymore.
It's not necessary. We're
It's
too
not a thing.
we're too dumb as a society to deal with the www. We've eliminated that. You know.
Well, it's funny that was even a thing. That was like the trigger, I guess. That was like made Al Gore like sit up in his sleep or something. I don't
The trigger.
What the www?
It was Al Gore's
Right?
trigger.
I mean, why would it be there? Everything had to be www dot, right?
World Wide Web, Tommy. Come on.
Right. But I guess you had to type those 3 things in there for it to connect, and now you don't anymore. It's amazing.
Yeah. Al Gore invented. What?
As much as the internet is amazing, I still will never, ever, ever, ever get over the amazement of the telephone.
The telephone?
It's still the most amazing. And this was in the 1800s, and how could you stand in San Francisco, California, and call somebody in London, England, and have a conversation? That still blows my mind.
Well, I mean, pretty much everything that was in the 1960s show. I don't know if you ever heard of this program. It was called Star Trek. Like, all that shit has come to be now, all that science. So you're like, what came first? The chicken or the egg? Like, if Star Trek didn't exist, would all this stuff not exist? You know what I mean?
Sure.
If Star Trek wasn't there to have, like, a replicator that could make shit, would we have a 3D printer today?
That's interesting. I've never seen an episode of Star Trek.
Oh, we should do that for Patreon. Tommy watches Star Trek. That'd be perfect.
I'm like, turn this off.
I would love to hear you just make fun of Star Trek nonstop. That would put butts in the seats, I think.
I'm the biggest non-fan of anything science fiction in the whole entire universe. I don't think you can find somebody that hates science fiction more than I do.
Wow. But you like horror.
It's my love horror. And this is funny because I was thinking about this earlier today and I didn't even mean to get into it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because they go hand in hand a lot of times.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. I don't like and that's the thing is like I love horror. I love paranormal stuff, but I'm just so disinterested in anything science fiction. I don't know why.
Yeah. Oh, well,
never seen Star Wars, never seen Star Trek.
See,
if a movie is science fiction, I don't even think twice. It's not going in my brain.
that would be another fun thing to do, is make you watch Star Wars for the Patreon.
Oh God, I'd probably have to get really drunk first.
I'm willing to foot that bill. Like, I think it would be worth it.
I need a 6-pack of backwards bastard or something.
I mean, you're really weird. You are, because you like movies, but you don't.
That's true, but I mean, why would everybody like every movie?
You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm very picky, though. I'm very picky with my time, which is crazy because I'll waste hours on TikTok and hours on Facebook. But when it comes to actually like absorbing information, like I can't. Lately, I found unless it's a horror movie or like a comedy that's really going to catch my eye, I can't watch anything unless I'm learning something. Because I feel like if I'm not learning something, I feel like it's a waste of time.
Oh, I think horror really speaks to the culture these days, though. I mean,
yeah. I think horror is just something that, like it's just that the fear of the unknown to me, and not necessarily the fear, more of the wonderment.
Okay,
so it's just like, I'm staring at my Monster Squad poster right now, so I've always been a horror kind of guy.
Yeah, that's been my go-to for the last year or so, is horror. So, I mean,
did you watch the Dark and the Wicked?
Not yet. You keep asking me, and one day I'll say yes.
One day.
I need you to settle this argument, please, because there's an argument on Twitter right now.
Oh, don't get me all high and mighty here.
You're going to be the judge right now. You're going to give the almighty thumbs down if you so choose, or the thumbs up, Okay.
I'm going to want to give the thumbs up, but I feel like this is a safe space for me to shit on things as well. So
yeah, exactly. See. I want your honest opinion. So it's it's funny that you love horror and you shit on sci-fi.
I see why people like sci-fi. I just don't know why I can't get into it. I don't know. I'm not into like spacecrafts and like I really love ghosts, but I'm not really into aliens.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. I can't. I love movies, as you know.
Yeah.
You and I started a podcast which you abandoned called Someone's Favorite Movie, and
you replaced.
You didn't want to do it, so there we go. It's all out there.
I was very busy at the time.
Yeah, you just did not want to do it, so fuck you. Anyways, I get it, because I'm a huge movie fan, and I'll watch almost anything, but I don't like period dramas. Like, if you're in, like, set in the 1800s with a fucking dress and shit like that, I hate it. I don't want any of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a period drama horror, like The Witch, what about that?
That'll be okay, because that's a little bit different, though. That's not like, oh, high society, look at me dance. Ooh.
Yeah, why would you just watch a period drama anyway? That sounds boring as fuck.
I don't know, but people do. They love them. Westerns, I'm not really a fan of. If there's a good one, every once in a while, I'll enjoy it, but I don't seek them out. It takes a lot for a Western to grab me.
Okay.
Other than that,
Tombstone?
Ooh, Tombstone. No, not Tombstone. My favorite Western is probably Unforgiven, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's Eastwood, right?
Yeah. I do like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It's completely different. It's a more of a comedic buddy.
Yeah. It's Robert Redford. Yeah.
Robert Redford, Paul Newman. It's probably the first buddy cop movie, but they weren't cops. You know what I mean? It's like the template for Lethal Weapon and any mismatched hijinks ensue sort of movie that came afterwards.
Okay. What about Quigley?
What's a Quigley with the Tom Selleck man?
Yes, Quigley Down Under.
Jesus Christ. No, I've never seen that.
I just remember it as a kid. I don't even remember if it's any good.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Tommy's mom and dad has a Magnum PI commemorative plate in their dining room, so that's how Tommy remembers Tom Selleck.
My mom is huge. We have life-size posters in our basement.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be a fan of Tom Selleck? Did you know, Tommy, I bet you know this Selleck fact, that Tom Selleck was originally going to be offered the role of Indiana fucking Jones.
Yeah, he turned it down for Magnum PI.
No, he couldn't do it because he was under contract for Magnum PI and the network wouldn't allow it.
I knew it had something to do with because of Magnum PI. Yeah, I did know that.
What a stupid network. Why wouldn't you have your your primetime star also star in a big summer blockbuster movie? So when your dumb show starts again, people will tune in probably even more to see him because he's had all this exposure.
I think it was, if I did read about this before, and if I remember it correctly, and if this makes sense, I think it was because he couldn't be on set for both of them at the same time, and they had to have things filmed for the upcoming Magnum season.
Yeah, that was the deal. They were trying to film Magnum, and the network would not accommodate anything. So,
yeah.
However, these days, if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wants to do fucking anything, people are bending over backwards to bow to his every whim. So,
yeah, it's a little different, but I think it worked out pretty good for both. Of course, Harrison Ford, and then Selleck. He's still main man on TV. He's got the blue bloods now.
Yeah. I can't imagine Tom Selleck as Indiana Jones anyways. That's a weird thing to think about.
Yeah, he always ran funny to me. If you watch Magnum, he runs a little sneeze bubble.
He runs like a girl.
But he played basketball, I think, at UCLA or UC Berkeley or something.
Okay.
So he is an athletic guy.
All right.
He does have the knee, the pointy knee running thing.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
I kind of, yeah.
It's awesome.
Okay, but anyways, so this is the argument that was put forth on Twitter that film Twitter has been arguing about. This was put forth yesterday, and you brought it up organically. You're completely ignorant of anything that goes on anywhere, so you had no idea. And I wasn't even going to talk about this. That's the beauty of this program, but here we go. So this, I think I'm not sure what she does for a living. I think she's a movie critic. She's a writer. She's based in New Zealand. Her name's Elle Hunt, and she was on Twitter, and she said that basically that a horror movie could not be set in space is what she said. Yes. She also said, settle an argument. Is Alien, the original, a horror film? Or is it sci-fi, Tommy?
I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
Okay.
I can't, I would say it is a sci-fi thriller. Because the idea of horror, I don't see aliens as, I guess aliens are paranormal, but I don't see them. There's a difference, right? Like aliens are sci-fi where ghosts aren't,
Sure.
So I would say that it is a science fiction / thriller. I would say it's not a horror movie. Okay,
but horror takes a lot of forms. There's would you classify Cujo as a horror movie?
Thriller.
Okay.
Yeah, horror has to, I think to be a horror, there has to be some supernatural kind of aspect to it.
Oh, that's your definition. So,
or like a psycho killer, there is a line there that get crossed. Is it a supernatural horror movie, or is it like a serial killer horror movie?
Okay.
Slasher film, I guess.
Okay. Is Psycho a horror movie?
Yes.
Not a thriller?
Not really. I mean, if you've seen it, right? It's kind of, It's not thrilling. It's more suspense, right?
What's the difference between thrilling and suspense?
Well, suspense is more like laid back, like mysterious, or thriller would be more like almost like an action.
Okay. I'm really putting you through your paces. I agree with a lot of your points. I'm just really pushing you.
Okay, no, I like this.
Yeah.
Keep going.
What do you think of Psycho? Do you like Psycho?
I do. I haven't seen it in a long time, but from what I remember, and I watched a little bit of the TV show that was out too.
Oh yeah,
It's a very fucked up idea, so of course I like it.
Yeah. Psycho is amazing. Yeah, I watched Psycho for the first time last October actually, and I was impressed. There's some hardcore acting going on in that movie. Like Anthony Perkins, right? Anthony Perkins and Jesus Christ, God damn it, Jamie Lee Curtis's mom.
Yes, yeah. I always forget that's who that is.
Yeah, let me look it up because I'm gonna be Marion something.
Yeah, I forgot that it was Jamie Lee Curtis's mom, but now is it Marion Lee?
Oh, Janet Lee. There it is.
Janet Lee. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janet Lee.
Okay. Yeah.
Where did I get Marion from? Oh, her character is Marion Crane. That's where I got it from. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
sense.
Like I said, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember as a kid, it really, really freaked me out. Just the whole Norman Bates character is, man, that's fucked up shit. So yeah, that would be, to me, that's a suspense mystery horror.
Okay, what's Friday the 13th?
Oh, that's a thriller horror.
Yeah. See, that's the thing I've noticed. Like a lot of, and this isn't the end all be all, but a lot of these streaming sites have dubbed like slasher movies as thrillers more often than horror, which I find interesting.
I think that could be correct. I think that's correct. I would, if there's not I think there's a good argument for it if there's not a supernatural aspect to it. Now, if there's a supernatural like A Nightmare on Elm Street, definitely has to be a thriller horror. It has to be. There's no other way it could be.
Okay.
It's action, but that's what a thriller is. I think action. I think thriller means you're going to see some fucked up shit. There's going to be death. There's going to be gore. But it's going to be like, an action movie, in a sense. But yeah, like A Nightmare on Elm. You can make this statement. Michael Myers is not dead in Halloween, right? At least in the first few of them.
Yeah.
Like in the first, he's alive. So is that a horror or is that a thriller?
Yeah.
I think that could be classified both ways because there's really not a supernatural aspect to it.
No, not. Well, I guess you could argue the second one is kind of more of a supernatural aspect because he got shot several times and fell off a second story thing. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like you get into the later ones, but like the idea of Michael Myers was he's an escaped crazy man. Okay.
Coming back for revenge.
Yeah.
So that would be more like a thriller horror. But you could say that might not be a horror because there's no supernatural aspect to it until you get until you get past the first one. So interesting stuff, I think. But I would say Alien, from what I remember of it, I would just call it a sci-fi thriller.
Okay. We should do you and I should do Alien on someone's favorite movie.
Okay.
Because
you're kicking Tom Coe out.
Well, no, because he stepped up to the plate when you wouldn't. Never.
It's Tom Coe Tuesday, by the way.
It is Tom Coe Tuesday, by the way. But I'd be interesting to see what your take on Alien would be today.
I think I might like it. From what I remember, I kind of dug it because it's sci-fi, of course, but it's more like but they're not up in space shooting laser beams at each other.
Okay, so that's what I think sci-fi is more like. It's a lot of like fucking technology and laser
Right.
blast,
That's what
like
it-
you said. I
Right.
don't necessarily think Alien is just because it takes place in outer space. I don't think that dubs it as sci-fi. I don't think you would classify the movie Gravity as sci-fi just because it takes place in space. Apollo
I
13
haven't seen.
isn't
Right.
Apollo 13 isn't sci-fi.
Right.
I
It's
mean,
a drama.
yeah.
All that.
Is Howard the Duck a sci-fi movie because it
That
features
wasn't even funny because people die in Apollo 13. I'm such an asshole. That was not what I was going for. I apologize, world. Howard the Duck would be a comedy, science fiction spoof, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. That's another movie you and I need to do on someone's favorite movie.
Yes, I love Howard the Duck.
I know
But yeah,
that.
again, I need to apologize for calling Apollo 13 that because I was not thinking about the death in that movie, and there's nothing funny about that. So, knock on wood, I'm back on the positive train.
How's it going on the positive train there?
It's good. It's good. We never get derailed.
Tommy, I don't know who to blame for my lack of fashion common sense my whole life, but man, it's been a problem. To go back to that.
Yeah, so you can start where we left off an hour ago.
Yeah, that's right. So the other day, I had a dim memory flash in my silly little head.
Oh, I hate those. God, I hate those.
Yeah. And once it popped in my dumb head, I remembered it like it was so vivid. So it was 7th grade. I'm sitting in geography class, of all things. If I was a landform, then I'd probably be a plateau because that's pretty much what my social life had become at the time.
Oh,
Because I did not acquire any new friends. All my pre-existing friends were in different classes, scattered to the four winds in the school. And the school was so big, how could you ever track them down? They might as well have gone away to college. Same thing.
you can't text them like nowadays.
No, you can't, Maybe carrier pigeon, but those were unreliable. So I'm in this geography class, this dumb thing that I was in for some reason, and I'm sitting next to this kid that I never knew and had never encountered before this fucking year at this junior high school. I'm sitting next to this gym one day, and he really looked me up and down one day. He really took stock of the daringly dorky doofus sitting next to him for the first time. And all of a sudden, his little bully engine started revving,
Oh, no.
He was ready to
Oh,
go.
no.
I ticked off all the boxes in his stupid head, I guess. Messy hair, glasses, especially the big dumb glasses. Lord help you if you should have some sort of visual impairment in the 90s.
4 eyes.
Yeah, right? Ooh, you can't see. That's hilarious. Fuck you, dude.
It's so weird. I've always loved glasses. I don't know why. I've tried contacts. I fucking hate them. So I'm a 4-eyed, happy, positive. I'm on board with glasses. But so that's why it's always so funny to me when people get picked on, or they used to get picked on for glasses.
Yeah, they don't anymore, but I blame Steve Urkel for this and Revenge of the Nerds and all that fucking bullshit.
Right. That was the stereotypical.
This is what a nerd looks like.
Yep.
Give me a break.
It's like, God, I'm just trying to fucking see the chalkboard. Like
Yeah, I
everybody else.
just want to see so I don't get hit by a car, I Lord forbid you should get osteoporosis. You think I should make fun of your brittle bones? No. I would get thrown out of town for that. But you can make fun of my eye impairment? How dare you, sir?
Ugh.
Yeah. By the way, I saw this meme today on Twitter.com, and it was Will Smith crying. And and the caption was, because that's a thing, Will Smith crying,
Yeah.
And the caption was, me realizing that kids talking about the 90s today is the same as kids in the 90s talking about the 60s.
Yes, I've seen that. Ugh.
Doesn't that make you feel like the oldest get off my lawn motherfucker person?
I mean, we got to start saying it. I mean, we're transitioning. We're in that, and that's us now.
Oh, can you imagine kids today in the year 2051 talking about the glory days of TikTok and how they used to watch people play video games?
They probably wouldn't talk. They would probably just mind read it to somebody else.
Yeah, that might be a thing. You're right.
They're like, listen to our grandparents and they're talking.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what my cyborg body looks like in 2051. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, man. So this kid beat you up or what?
Oh, yeah. Anyways, this bully Jim blurts out in the middle of class. He says, flood. Hey, guys, we got a flood here.
I was just going to say, did you have pants that were too high?
Apparently so. So I was just looking at him, and if I was a landform at this time, I would have been an archipelago, because I have no idea what an archipelago is, and I'm not sure anyone does. So that it accurately expresses my confusion in the situation. You see?
Oh, you didn't know what a flood is?
Oh, I didn't at the time, but
oh yeah, I knew right away.
Eventually, everything was illuminated. He stood up and pointed at my jeans and said, "Flood." Flood, and then he looked at me with a mix of pity and glee, and he said, "Do you know your jeans are flooded?" This is what this guy says to me. This denim bastard, this fucking pant persecutor. I didn't know. And if I was a landform at this point, I would have been a volcano, because I was just boiling hot on the inside and my face was the color of lava on the outside from anger and embarrassment. I had no idea, and I looked at him and I said, "What?" And he said, "Why do you wear your jeans so tight?" Right in the middle of class, he says this.
Why the hell are you obsessed with my jeans, Jim?
Yeah, Jim. And the teacher, this little meek, mustachioed little man who once upon a time traveled to Japan and thought he was an expert about Japan because of that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. He would actually, in the middle of class, start speaking Japanese, and it could have been like nonsensical gibberish, and we wouldn't know. But we ate it up. We thought it was some extreme magic trick. But his name was Mr. Webb, and this Webb says, "Now, James," and that's all he said. That was my only means of defense, a half-hearted plea from this supposed authority figure who was just trying to roll his eyes and sigh his way through the day.
Sure.
And I hated him then, but I get it now. I would have done the same thing. Like, ugh.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah, boys will be boys. I had no ideas. I had no ideas. You hear that? I had no ideas my pants were too tight. I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing. I gained a little weight over our summer vacation. Who cares? Go fuck yourself, Jim.
Still not too tight. That means they're just too short.
Yeah, I mean, and
because like you're walking through a flood, right? You pull your pants up.
Oh, is that where that term comes from?
No, you're getting it right.
I get it now. I didn't get it then, and I don't think he got it either. He thought my pants were too tight because I was sitting there with my knees, Yeah. I wasn't all spread out. I mean, I'm looking at my jeans right now, and they look tight around the knees. I think that's a thing that jeans are supposed to do, right? Or else maybe I'm flooding right now, my fucking fat ass.
No, I like my pants tight around the knees, and then I like the boot cuts.
Yeah, I got some boot cuts right now.
Yeah, look at you.
I got boot cuts. What's up?
Yeah, hell yeah. See, you get that boot cut and the denim, and you get some Doc Martens or something.
Yeah.
Man, Randy.
You get those apple bottom jeans, boots, what the fuck?
Then the whole club be looking at you, Randy.
I know. That's what I want. That's what I've always wanted. But I feel like back then I was kind of a trendsetter ahead of my time with my big thick glasses and my skinny jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dahmers are back in effect now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Years later, I'd be revered as a hipster god, Fedora. God of all hipsters and trendy neckwear. That would have been me. That would have been my deity name. I could have been up there with Zeus and fucking Odin,
Yeah, Hercules.
Yeah, but I was born in the 80s and a teenager in the 90s, and that's no good for anyone. I was just a simple, greasy-faced walking pimple, a kid waiting someone pop the awkward out of me. It's like if you were a Transformer and you landed on fucking Earth and you got Optimus Prime and he's this awesome semi-truck. You got Megatron, he's this kick-ass gun. What if you were a Transformer and you were an Oscar Meyer Wienermobile Transformer, you know? People would laugh at you. I was the Oscar Meyer Wienermobile in 7th grade, Tommy.
Oh, I remember when the Oscar Meyer Wienermobile came to Penny Whistle Place.
Oh my God! Did you? Oh my God!
That isn't a geographical inside baseball.
Yes, it is. So much so. But the fact that
Penny Whistle Place is this giant playground that overlooked Mott Lake. Out in between Mott Morris and Genesee, Michigan, somewhere out there.
God, nobody knows these places. It's outside of beautiful Flint, Michigan, USA. This Penny Whistle Place.
Yeah, it's not there anymore, is it? God, no. I mean, if it is, it's just remnants.
Oh, it's remnants, and people do drugs there. I'm sure. It's it's pretty.
I want to go.
Yeah,
it's not for the drugs. But.
Okay, it's pretty close to one of the sketchier parts of Flint now. It's right by the projects. Actually, down the road.
Yeah, I remember going as a kid, man. That place was fun. It was just this giant outdoor playground.
What happened when you visited the Oscar Meyer Wienermobile, by the way?
It was just there. I just remember that we got off the bus and the Wienermobile was in the parking lot.
You didn't get any hot dogs or anything?
I didn't even see anybody around it. Yeah, from what I remember, it was just chilling. Like the dickhead that drives it. I don't know what they call him. I would assume I don't know, Richard or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, Oscar, I guess.
Oscar. Yeah.
I don't know what they call him. And he's not a Kogel Vienna, so he's probably got ran out of town there.
Man, you're all about the inside baseball, aren't you?
Yeah. Kogel Viennas are very. If you ever come to Michigan, you got to get a Kogel Vienna, or you'll be laughed at. That's a hot dog. But yeah, I just remember getting off the bus and the Wienermobile was there, and I don't remember anything else about it. The next thing I know, I'm talking to my friends through like giant tubes in the Penny Whistle Place. So.
Man, you just saw it and you were in Wiener bliss.
I was just like, wow, that's cool, because I had seen it before, like on TV or something. So I was like, wow.
Sure.
Oh, my 8-year-old self went, wowzers.
Mom, Dad, this is my new boyfriend. Oh, how you do, son? What do you do for a living? I drive the Oscar Meyer Wienermobile, sir. Get out of my house.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm not touching that one.
No, you don't have to.
In this day and age.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I don't know. I've been watching too much cancel culture stuff.
I guess. I
I'm afraid to talk nowadays.
Don't talk about any sort of phallic-shaped object in regards to people.
God, no.
It's no good. It's no good.
Yeah. It's just a bad road. It's hard to come back.
Yeah. Anyways, since 7th grade, my pants have been as loose as a rabbit in heat ever since. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was referring to they're tight in the legs, so they're making, they're riding up a little bit, because the flood is when you can see, like, like if you ever see a guy with like too short of pants,
yeah, that makes
see, like,
sense.
Top of his shoes and stuff. So yeah, it's like he's pulling them up to walk across the flood.
Maybe that's a thing. Yeah, like, what am I supposed to do about that? I'm fucking 11. I don't have money. I can't buy pants.
You're kind of a lanky. I mean, I don't think you are right now, but I imagine you probably were back then. You're kind of a tall guy.
No, I don't think I was in 7th grade.
No? Okay. Well, I know you're
high school. Yeah. In high school, yeah, because it was between 8th grade and 9th grade. That summer's a son of a bitch for teenagers. That's really something. You're not the same person. When you leave your school in 8th grade and come back in 9th grade with all the classmates you've always been with your entire life, You're not the same person. Everyone's weird.
You know what happens is half the kids tried weed for the first time.
Yeah, probably. Actually, I know that to be a fact. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't, but half my friends did. Now I'm like, what the hell? Why you guys skipping math class? What?
One of the most fascinating things in my life was in 10th grade when I was sitting in the back of the class. We had assigned seats because that was a thing, and I was like one point of a square in the back of the room, and the three people around me, all they did was talk about getting stoned constantly.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends like that.
Yeah, and it was really amazing just sitting there because I just sat there. I was basically invisible. Nobody even paid attention. So yeah, so they would just sit there and talk, and every single fucking morning, like it started the same way. The one dude would be like, who was a senior in a 10th grade class, by the way. He would ask my classmate, who was also a 10th grader, "What'd you do last night?" And he would always say, without fail, every single fucking morning, "Man, I got so fucked up." And he would proceed to tell every single day how he snuck into his dad's safe, because his dad had a safe full of weed, because of course he did. And he would sneak into the safe and take a little bit and got so fucked up every single day.
I'm so glad that I didn't, being older now and realizing and hearing, like learning through psychology that the brain doesn't stop, growing until you're 25. And that's what happens if you smoke weed as a teenager. Your brain, does stunt it does. That's just, it stunts. Doesn't mean that you're going to be stupid, but it definitely means, that there's some parts of it that didn't probably grow as fast as it could. I don't know. I guess I'm talking out my ass here, but
no, I actually heard that it's not done until you're like 29 or 30. And if you smoke weed before that point, you might stunt something.
Well, yeah. Okay. 29, 30. When I graduated, but I don't know when I was going through psychology, the past 15 years, because it took me forever to graduate. Back then the consensus was probably around 25. So it's probably has changed. And I probably would agree with 30 more because come on. Is anybody smart in their 20s?
No.
Right.
I view my 20s. So I think there's two lost decades in everybody's life. It's 20 to 30. Mm-hmm. Because ideally that's when you're, I don't know, figuring out who you're supposed to be. Also drinking a lot and partying, I guess.
Well, you're a man with all the freedom and not all the responsibility.
Right, yeah. You're no Spider-Man. You don't know the meaning of responsibility. You have all this great power, but no responsibility. You don't know what to do.
Yeah, your 20s are dangerous. I'm telling you, your 20s are the most dangerous because you got all the freedom.
Yeah.
And like I was making over $1,000 a week at General Motors at 23 years old. That's ridiculous. That's now, I probably would never be doing comedy if I was still at General Motors now. I'd be like, what? There's no way. I wouldn't. How would you be able to give that up?
No, you'd be fucking rich and retired by now.
I'd be halfway. Definitely be halfway.
You wouldn't be halfway. You were 23. You'd be 43 and you could retire.
I think it's 25.
Oh, is it? All right.
I think so. Yeah. I think GM is 25. So yeah.
It's ridiculous. I can't imagine. I'm going to be working until the day I die, and I hate it. Unless something happens soon.
I don't like the idea of retirement for myself. I think I've been on unemployment a few times and I fucking hate it.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
So it's like I always, compare. Like I know like family members that are retired and they do it right and they're great and they keep themselves busy. I'm just not a person that really knows how to keep themselves busy unless I'm working on comedy. So I'm like, that's the only thing that I can really, So I don't know. I don't see retirement ever being a thing to me. It doesn't. The thought of it doesn't excite me. And I'm also thinking, well, like I don't want to give up comedy to try. I'm 38 years old, so let's say I give up comedy and I go into a 30-year career, and then at 68 I'm able to retire. Well, I mean, what's going to happen if what I mean, come on. I mean, not saying 68 is old, but I mean it's a lot older than 38.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So I don't know. I gotta hit up these comedy clubs more often.
Here's my in-depth research on the state of fashion over the last 40 years. You ready?
Okay.
You ready for
Yes,
this?
sir.
I hope so. They may teach this kind of brilliance in all the cool schools. All the cool school of cools,
Mm-hmm.
So think about when you were younger. All the movies and TV you saw, spiky hair, gauges, tattoos, every bully in the 80s looked exactly like that. What were you dressed like, Tommy?
In the 80s? Oh my God.
No,
tie-dye.
No, in your 20s. Spiky hair, gauges, tattoos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought you were asking how I got there.
Here's my theory. We dress what we're afraid of when we're older. Kids today, the ladies dress in high-waisted mom jeans. It's true. You look around. Go to any mall in America. Go to any store where there's young people. High-waisted mom jeans, shirts tucked in.
Yeah, there are some kids that do dress like that. Yeah.
No, there's more than some. Quite a few. Some of these jeans are torn. If you may recall, in the 90s, torn knees was a cool thing to do.
Oh, I did it all the way up to probably 2010.
Yeah. Some of these jeans that I've seen, they're barely rags. Like, have you been caught in the middle of a tornado? What happened? We dress what we're afraid of. And this generation is afraid of their boring, ridiculous parents. They want nothing to do with them. Because my theory is every generation falls a little bit more. Like our dads could build houses and fix anything with a motor.
Yeah, right.
The generation before them, some of them lived without electricity and plowed fields and actually hunted for food. That's only 2 generations removed. My grandfather lived in a house without electricity.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's things are just so much more simpler, and it makes the world so much different.
And then there's us, you and I, Tommy, our generation. We can't do much other than express our feelings and cry about it and play video games. And I really feel bad for the next generation because they can't even play video games. They watch other people do it for them because they're so entitled. This is a state of the fucking get off my porch, motherfucker. This is where I'm at in my life. It's crazy.
I think it's all it all ends up being the same at some point, I think eventually we all, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's no way I could change anything on my car. I watched a 3-minute YouTube video the other day about how to clean my master airflow sensor. Oh, this is so freaking easy. Dude, it was a 3-minute video. I got 30 seconds into this project and called my dad. I just, nope. And so I drove it over there and he did it with, like the same time as the guy did it on the video. It was very simple, but for some reason my mind couldn't figure it out. And I don't know if it's lack of effort or afraid to screw something up, but yeah. So I don't know. And,
yeah,
I don't know, but my kids are so much smarter than me.
You think so?
So much. Oh God, yeah. I know so. I mean, they're great students and they're just smart.
Mm-hmm.
I was more. I wouldn't say that I'm dumb. I'm just not responsible. Okay. So like that's my problem. I'm not a responsible person. I try to be, but I just don't. Like if I know I have to do something, I can do it. I just don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Missed connections, Tommy.
Yeah.
Making the return.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart Angel. Oh, actually, it says Walmart Angle, which is bad.
90 degrees straight from the ice cream section.
Hey, girl, you look like you're 45. Don't be obtuse.
I was just,
Come get perpendicular with me, girl.
Get your protractor. Let's go.
Oh my God, here we go. Misconnection. An angle at the Walmart. Jesus Christ.
What better of a place to see an angle?
Yes. Definitely Walmart. You see lots of angles in Walmart. So many angles. Sometimes you see 180s. A lot of times you see, holy shit, you see 360s. But an angle at the Walmart in Okemos. I noticed you while you were talking to a coworker by customer service. Okemos, for you people that don't know, is in this Michigan place we live in, near Lansing, our capital. So there you go.
Yeah, I go there for the Chick-fil-A.
Oh, do you travel all the way there for the Chick-fil-A?
Went there last week, and we've been there probably 6 times since the pandemic.
That's amazing. Maybe I should go there this weekend because
It's fun. I mean, you can't eat inside, but we just eat in the parking lot.
Yeah, who cares? I've never had Chick-fil-A, and it's a delicacy all across this nation of ours.
I do not like their fries. I don't like their fries.
Ooh,
They're
bad
like
fries. Well, that's not why you go there. You go there for that chicken sandwich.
That's right. The kids like the waffle fries, but I'm not a big. I like the Chick-fil-A sauce, and I like the. I get the spicy deluxe sandwich, but get a deluxe, because if you don't get the deluxe, and you don't get cheese, and you don't get tomato and lettuce and stuff.
Okay. I noticed while you were talking to a coworker by customer service, when I went to check out, you told me that the line was closed, but you would help me on lane 8. You had a mask on, but it seemed like you were smiling.
Christ. No, she wasn't. She was very annoyed.
Yeah, it could have been a grimace, by the way. Your eye, if you grimace, it kind of looks like you're smiling too with the mask on.
It's true. It's very true.
By the way, spoiler alert, you guy looking for your Walmart angle, that's her fucking job.
No. You're not taught to smile at the customers at Walmart, I don't think.
Is this love that I'm feeling?
Oh,
yeah.
I want to know what love is.
Right. You had a mask on, but it seemed like you were smiling. ... And your eyes were awesome. Hey, Walmart Angle with your awesome eyes.
He's like, it's the only thing on your face I can see, so it's awesome.
Yeah, if you see this, I'd like to get to know more about you.
Oh man, an angle from heaven.
An angle from algebra.
Oh, I love when people misspell things, and it's even better. Like, the your always gets me still to this day. But that's a good one.
Hey, girl, are you geometry? Because you run parallel to my heart. Stupid fuckers. Oh, God.
It's funny that it was a Walmart. There's a Dollar General by my house. You ever been in one of those Dollar Generals?
Oh yes, they're like they're one step above a thrift store, really.
Well, the Dollar Generals, like the actual. I'm not talking about the Dollar Trees. I'm not talking about any like the Family Dollars. I'm talking about the actual Dollar Generals.
Oh, I know. It's
like the honeybees, like the black and yellows.
Yeah, I know. There's one on every street corner in Michigan for some reason, and there never used to be. I almost think it's a government conspiracy, and they're keeping track of us all because there never used to be a Dollar General, and in the span of 2 years, they're everywhere.
I think they're like
Walmart's like little love child or something, because they're like mini Walmarts.
Yeah,
They're like a Walmart condensed.
Yeah, it's really weird.
They're like the Walmart party store.
Yeah, in one aisle you can buy chunky soup, and in the very next aisle you can buy socks. It's really weird.
I personally like them. I like the Dollar Generals.
All right.
I think just because there's one close to me, I think it's convenient. I think I'm going in there for ice cream, chips, and maybe some laundry soap. They got everything I need.
Okay, yeah.
They got beer even. The one by my house even has beer.
Oh, well then, it's almost paradise.
Mm-hmm. Knocking on heaven's door.
Hell yeah.
Is that the line? Almost paradise.
I'm knocking
We're
on heaven's door. Yeah.
Doing some 80s tunes.
Hell yeah.
That's a good song. I need to look that song up.
You can. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Misconnection, Tommy. Ypsilanti/Ann Arbor area.
Oh, yeah, I know where that's at.
Oh, yeah. You went to, you had a collegiate career over there for 1 minute, didn't you?
No, the Western's in Kalamazoo.
Oh. Didn't you have a
Eastern,
girlfriend in Ypsilanti or something?
I did date a girl that was living
Oh,
in
yeah,
Ypsilanti.
that's it. Okay.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 dates, nothing big, but yeah. Yep.
Headline, we both burst out laughing at Target. I mean, if you can't laugh at a Target, where can you laugh at? Am I right?
That's right. They even have popcorn.
Hell yeah. Some of them have Starbucks. Getting real fancy with these Targets.
Dude, the Krogers in Indiana have Starbucks. Every single one of them.
Isn't that nuts?
It's crazy because I had to stop and go pee 3 times in Indiana last Friday on the way down there. I don't know what's going on, but
you were like a dog marking your territory, is what it was. This is Tommy Town now.
I stopped every time I saw a Kroger because I learned the first time I was like, okay, I run in, I go to the Starbucks entrance. There's a bathroom right there. I can be in and out. And all 3 of them were the same exact way.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kroger's in Indiana.
Thank you for receiving Tommy's pee. We appreciate you.
I did buy beer at the last one, so I did patronize them a little bit.
Okay. The headline was, we both burst out laughing at Target. The description is, because you were in the middle of saying, quote, huge mommy milkers to your friend when I almost walked into you. That's something. Well, have you ever used that phrase, huge mommy milkers?
I am not guilty. Guilty.
Me neither. That's quite a phrase.
That's something.
You were still laughing 7 aisles down. I'm taking.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm taken, but I want to be your friend, bro.
What? So this is what? I'm very confused now. So this is a misconnection from a dude to a dude?
I don't know. I assumed it was a lady wanting to be friends with this dude that was talking about huge mommy milkers, is what I thought.
I see now. Yeah. That's a weird thing, right?
She and girls being friends with the guys?
Well, I mean, like they're stalking this guy and they're going that far. It just seems like, Like, I mean, I have no problem if they're friends with somebody, like naturally, but that seems a little, I don't know. It seems a little weird to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I became friends with you because I rode in your car one day and you're like, I'm going to play Winners and Losers by Social Distortion because I really believe in the song. I listen to it every day.
I remember you saying this before, and that's funny that's cute that you remember our first conversation.
Well, I don't know if it was our first conversation, but it was our first one-on-one time. It was you and me in your dumb, stupid, broke-down, shitty car. I think it was gray. And we were leaving Dave Baldwin's house at the Aldridge estate. And you put in the Social Distortion and the Winners and Losers. You're like, and we were driving to Taco Bell in Flint, out by the mall, and you said, This is winners and losers. I listen to this every day because every day I wake up and I'm like, are you going to be a winner or are you going to be a loser?
Ah!
And I choose to be a winner. And I'm like, this guy. Who is this guy?
Yeah, see? That's what happens when I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, drink more, please.
I told you, it's deep thinking.
Huge mommy milkers.
Winners and losers. Turn the pages of my life.
Social Distortion's awesome, by the way.
Yes, they are.
Last misconnection. Headline, No Beans Man at Pancheros, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
I love Pancheros.
Pancheros, I'm not sure that's a national chain. I really don't know. But Pancheros is like Qdoba or Chipotle, pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's more, I don't know if this is the right way.
Authentic?
Authentic, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to be less Americanized, I guess.
Yes, I would agree. It's less
in the burrito. Yeah.
It's less fast food like Qdoba, I would say.
Yeah. It's more like, right. And it's what was the El Gordo is fucking huge. It's like 2 of anything you can get at Qdoba or Chipotle.
Yeah. Pretty great. Pretty great.
Sir.
Here we go. It was around 9:30 p.m. on Thursday, 3/11/21 at Pancheros, when I was behind a guy with brown hair and a black jacket who ordered a burrito with extra chicken and no beans. I was with a friend. I was excited to hear you also like to order without beans.
No fart zone.
I mean, right? You've entered the no fart zone. It must be love.
I get no pinto beans, but you gotta have the black beans.
You gotta have some sort of bean on that, right?
Absolutely.
Email me the brand of the black jacket you were wearing and the type of salsa you got on the burrito, and I'll know it's you. Thinking of you, heart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude.
Really going after that angle.
Fucking dude. If I was in my 20s and I knew that was all it took was to go to some sort of Mexican restaurant and order something without beans to catch a lass, I would have been doing that all throughout my 20s.
You're like, no beans. And you turn around and wink at all the ladies.
Right. I would have thrown my hands up in the air and looked around and be like, anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone? Oh, God.
Remember that time we went to Pancheros and that guy got killed pretty much?
I do remember that. That's not funny, but that's a real thing. Yeah.
That's all I had to say. A guy got slammed in the head in the cash register. Oh my God.
Well, yeah, and then he was laying on the ground in front of me. That's a whole story. That still disturbs me. This has been the Miserable Retail Slave Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do us a great big favor. Go to that Facebook.com. Join our Facebook group. Search Miserable Retail Slave. Join it. Love it. Live it. If you enjoyed what you listened to, share it with a friend. That's the best thing you could possibly do. May 20th. God damn it, May 20th at 8 p.m. Miserable Retail Slave joins Livestream for The Cure 5. We're going to be live on this World Wide Web of ours, as we said earlier, World Wide Web, to raise money for cancer research. This is our 4th time doing it. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's going to be great, right, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. If you're going glutton for punishment and you want to hear more Randy, I'm going to be on at 9 to 10 with someone's favorite movie in Tomco and maybe a special guest too. It's going to be so much fun. Live stream for The Cure 5. Save all your pennies, quarters, nickels, and dimes. Donate it to cancer research because we all hate it, don't we? We do.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else to say, Tommy?
Yeah, I can say go to TomEThompson.com. That's TOMETHOMPSON. I am back on the road the 22nd through the 24th. I'm at the Funny Stop Comedy Club in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. I'll be headlining on the 22nd and then featuring for the best, Mr. Dave Landau, on the 23rd and 24th. May 1st, I'm headlining the Ambrosia Theater in Grand Rapids, Michigan. May 7th, I'm at On the Rocks, which is a bar in Portage, Indiana. June 3rd through the 5th, I am at One Night Stands Comedy Club in Waterford, Michigan. And then August 13th and 14th, I am headlining the Backdoor Comedy and Event Club in O'Fallon, Missouri. So that's my list so far. So.
That's awesome. We'll see you next time. Stay miserable.
Bye.
Hey, Justin, wake up.
Skins, I done told you to keep quiet or I'll whoop you.
Justin, it's time to start promoting the 5th annual Livestream for the Cure.
I can't believe it's been a year already.
We've raised over $30,000 for cancer research over the past 4 years. You know what that means.
We have to make this year our biggest year yet.
This year, we're looking to add $15,000 to that total.
And beyond.
Join us May 19th through the 23rd for over 50 hours of live entertainment from podcast partners and content creators from around the world.
With your help, we can continue to fight for a future immune to cancer.
Learn more about this year's event at livestreamforthecure.com.
Together, we can make a difference.